to Intermediate Level English Language Arts. Hi guys! Our next topic would be using conjunctions in different parts of a sentence. Okay. What are our objectives for this lesson? We only have one. To be able to understand how conjunctions are used in sentences. Okay? Now, if you recall, we've discussed already about conjunctions. Again, there are three. We have coordinating, subordinating, and correlative conjunctions. Now, using them in sentences can be quite tricky. So in this lesson, we would understand how to use them in sentences. So conjunctions can be used in many ways. Especially for coordinating conjunctions, they can be used in either the subject or predicate area. So coordinating conjunctions are a little bit special because they do not just connect clauses, but rather coordinating conjunctions, they also connect different words. Example for the word and or the word or. You have them to combine series of words, right? And this is how we'll use them. Using and. I have three examples here. The boys and the girls took care of the rabbit. My niece studied and worked all day yesterday. Mr. Rodrigo finished the project and he helped others too. Here we have three different ways of using and, okay, or specifically, or more commonly, the coordinating conjunctions, right? We have, for example, this one to combine different subjects, okay, like for example, boys and girls, or combine different predicates like studied and worked. And then you also have coordinating conjunctions that combine different independent clauses, like for example, Mr. Rodrigo finished the project and he helped others too. Using subordinating conjunctions, on the other hand, is a little bit different. How so? Well, there are many ways to use subordinating conjunctions, and the thing about subordinating conjunctions is that you have different ways of using dependent clauses. Sometimes you could start with a dependent clause, like for example, since a tower is arriving, everyone is anxious. Here we started with the dependent clause, since, and then we have a comma which separates the independent clause, everyone is anxious. How about the second one? Here we have the common way of using it, wherein after the independent clause, you have the dependent clause. Our city floods a lot because the drainage system is terrible. These first two examples are common ways of using your subordinating conjunctions. But what about the third one? The third one's a little bit special because although we will not be discussing them yet, but this third one is an example of a non-essential clause. Princess Miku, who was the prettiest princess, made all of it. Here we have a dependent clause right in the middle of an independent clause. You put it there in the middle of an independent clause. And how will you put it there? How would you squeeze it in? You would have commas in between. Or how about this other one? When the sun rises is the time for a plan to be executed. Oh, there should be an hour there, sorry. When the sun rises is the time for our plan to be executed. Here, we have when. You start with when, the subordinating conjunction when. But this time, this dependent clause is used like a noun. It's used like a subject. This right here is a noun clause. Wherein this one, this noun clause is used, or this clause is used just like a noun. And in this case, it's used like a subject. And then the last one, we will cook what you will choose. Here, we have again another subordinating conjunction, what. But then you ended the sentence with this. But see how this is used. It is not like the other one, like for example, our city floods a lot because the drainage system is terrible. Rather, the last one is used like an adjective. It describes the word cook, right? Okay. Oh no, it works sort of like a or no, this one it's used as a it's used as a noun here, this example. This one is used as a noun. This is an example of a noun clause. But there's another one, right, wherein you use it like an adjective too. But more on that later on as we discuss further about conjunctions and clauses. But one thing that you have to consider, or one thing that you have to take note about subordinating conjunctions, is that when you come across them, right, they can be used in different ways. Take, for example, you could use them at the very beginning, you could use them in the middle, You could use them in between an independent clause, right? Or sometimes you could use them like a noun. And in a very special case, you could also sometimes use it as an adjective. Alright? So these are the different ways of using conjunctions in sentences.